Hey YouTube, so it's gonna be my episode 2 of the free-to-play account video. I didn't get much grinding done because the end of the week reset, so I had a lot of grinding to do on my main account, so I don't really have time to do free-to-play this week. Just fine, because this account's more for like the filthy casual players, is what I should really name this a series. I'm role playing as a filthy casual. I only play the account when I have spare time when I'm not grinding the main. So that means I'm putting as much hours in this account as like everyone else is. So, um, let's say you're late, like you just started the game today, like 2 weeks late. Or let's say you started the game, Genshin came out and you're trying to play the game, and then like, oh, Genshin's out of content. I'm coming back to this game, but I'm all of a sudden all behind. Everyone else is like level like 52 right now. I think the cap was like, I'm only level 27. How the hell am I gonna catch up? So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about like your priority list if you're late and stuff, like explaining like what the casuals should be prioritizing on the little time they play, stuff like that. So first, I'm gonna go over the pros and cons of being a casual versus a fucking hardcore sweating whale. Alright, so pro, you're going to level very fast. The level caps are server level caps. So right now, for the whole server, the level cap is 52. All the filthy whales that play this game every day, such as me, were capped per level. So what that means is there was a lot of stuff we were doing day by day playing that we were getting experience for, but we like weren't actually getting it because we were hit level cap and we weren't able to get any more experience. You won't have that problem. So every little action you do, you will get experience for, and you will level very fast because you won't be missing out on any experience. No level caps. Main story will be unlocked if you're a returning player. So what that means is like for chests, let me find a chest. For chests and main story, they will be locked if you're a new player. They are individually locked. Now, where we are, like for like players in the server in the game or for progress, our main story is locked for until new content comes out because we've just simply done all the main story and we should be getting new content soon. However, for starting players, your timer will be individually locked. So that means honestly, you don't need to play that hard. Obviously, you want to hit the main story cap, level as much as you can, but you don't need to stress to play that hard because you're still waiting on main story to get unlocked. So honestly, if you're a new player, just play the game casually. It's okay. Um, Fuck, I missed the chest. Oh well, you'll see it. They're time copped. Um, but if you're a returning player, main story won't be unlocked for like however long you were gone. So that is very good news. You can do as much main story as you can to catch up to where you were. And you will level very fast from it. The last pro is there's a lot of shit for you to do. And some people may say that as a bad thing, like if you don't have a lot of time to play. A lot of people who had problems with Genshin with not having enough content, well, guess what? Bygone has 600 floors, get at it! No, I'm kidding. Um, okay, so let's go through the cons of starting late. So, you're going to be missing out on loot. So what loot are you missing specifically that people that play day by day will have? So right here, if you go to Bygone Phantasm, if you have it unlocked, you get put in a weekly group, and as you can see on my free-to-play account, this is that account's weekly group. Depending on how you place every week, which resets at what's it called? Monday, I think at 5 a.m. Eastern, I want to say. You get this loot based on how you place. So obviously, if you don't play the game and stuff, you'll be missing out on all this weekly loot. And the better you place, the more loot you get. And the higher the trials are, the better this loot will be. Right here, you can see I'm in Baby Trial of Hycros. This is basically the noob groups. I get 20 of these. In my main accounts, I get 50 of these if I was first place. There's a huge difference. Now, I'll say this now. I'll go into more depth. I wouldn't worry about it. if you're a casual player and you barely have time to play, that should not be your priority, okay? That bygone is a priority for filthy sweat tryhards, alright? It is not your priority, and we'll get into that. So, those are the pros and cons, and I'll probably have them listed on screen so it's easier for people to follow. Now we're going to go into priorities. So your first priority is getting to level 50, and let me explain why. As you level up to 50, obviously you'll get more content unlocked. As you can see right here, the levels are locked. But also in joint operation, as you level up, you'll unlock other difficulties, as you see on the left side. As level 27, I can only get to level difficulty 2. And as you can see, as I'm clicking through here, the loot gets better as you're a higher level. And the reason I say you want to get level 50 is, you can start farming these yellow equipment. Now, everyone else who's already been playing the game, they will be able to farm all this yellow equipment. And they'll be able to spend their vitality on that every day. You, however, cannot. So your number one priority is to get to level 50 before anything else. Trying to get to level 50 so you can also get on that yellow equipment grind. Equipment grind. Now, how do I get to level 50, you might ask? So number one, you'll probably, if you watch any video on Tower Fantasy, people will be saying, save your blue and purple chips. Now, what are these chips for if you're a brand new player? Let me see if I can find one. It's for password chests. There's one. They're for these little fucking triangles right here. Now, let me go up to it, show you what happens when you interact with it. You can either perfect decipher to use one of these blue chips, or you can force decipher. So here's the thing. People say you save your blue and purple chips, and the reason for that is in the future, when 2.0 comes out, chances are it's going to come out, and chances are it's going to have this ability. In China, in 2.0, on a whole nother map, on a whole new planet, you can use these chips on similar chests like these, except for on top of all the loot you would normally get, you would also get this currency you can use to get red summons, which is a very luxurious currency item, whatever you want to call it, that right now for us we can only get from events and buying. So later on we'll be able to get red summons with them, and you'll be like, okay, so why don't I just want to save all of them? Keep in mind, you can only get so many. There's a limited pool of how many you can get with your blue and purple chips. So hopefully y'all are still following along. So realistically, you don't actually need to save every single blue and purple chip. Plus, you can always just get more. So if you're a new player or a returning player, I highly recommend to just ignore what everyone else is saying about saving these chips and to just use them. Because the blue chips give 7,000 experience, the purple chips give 12 or something thousand experience. You get a lot of experience. Now, for sweaty players and casual or returning players, of course, you just want to pop these yellow chips. They don't matter when you use them. Because these chips are different than the chips you'll get for bosses later on. These boss chips right here are exclusively for the bosses on this map. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so do I want to use my boss chips now or later? Does the drop rate get better? Someone did data mine it, and apparently at level 44, the drop rates for your boss chips does get better. So do with that information as you will. So yes, that is one way to get more experience. And even if you don't have the chip for a chest, like I did right here, you still want to force open every chest. All these chests, all the green chests, you want to grab every single one. You need every single source of experience you can possibly get. Like you see right there, boom, 1,000 experience. You need every source of experience you can get so you can get to that level 50. Grab every chest you come by and force chest open if you don't. Yep, I said that. Okay, so let's say you're leveling up. Later on, say you're running low on things to explore. If you're level 39, you can actually do Frontier Clash. Now, even if you don't have an entry, you can do Frontier Clash. I don't know about this because I haven't tested it. This is what I was told by someone else, is that if you're assisting someone else to do Frontier Clash, it actually gives a decent amount of experience. Pretty low compared to if you were just farming chests. But each run's roughly gives you like 10k, someone told me. And then if your server has experience boost, then you get 50k from it. How do you know if you get that server experience boost? What determines how do you make a server get experience boost? That is based on servers, so there's no real way for you to be able to control that. So I wouldn't worry about it. But just know joint exploration or joint Frontier Clash. Jesus. Frontier Clash gives a decent amount of experience if you really need it and you have no more exploration or quest or anything. But that's only opens at level 39. Um So let's say ideally you get to level 50 in a day. Now, I know y'all are casual players if you're watching this video probably. Now as you can see, this is my second account. So, and obviously my whale account has priority. So this account I can only really log in on when I have free time. So it's only level 27 and it's been like 2 days. So if you're in a situation like me, right? What I recommend heavily is either run dimension trials or you can run interstellar exploration. And your goal to run these is to get these mats right here. Any variation of these mats for weapon upgrades. You will need a lot. My main account has run out of these. So if you can't do joint operation at level 50 for equipment, just run these. So at least you're spending your vitality on something. As you can see here, it gives purples for dimension trials. What's the difference between the two? So interstellar exploration, you would have to go through and check every single one. You can see the loot you would get, and see how none of these give me purples. So since none of these give me purples, because interstellar exploration, the loot is random. Sometimes they have a chance to give you better loot than dimension trials. However, as you can see, my dimension trials, they gave me purples, and none of the interstellars gave me purples. So I won dimension trials. Now tomorrow, if I check, that might be different. It might give me yellow pieces. You never know, they're random every day. However, again, back to the main point. If you can't do your joint exploration farming, like you can't get there in a day or whatever, just run either of these two, that's fine. So you can at least farm those mats. Don't worry about farming equipment that's not yellow until you're level 50. Because, let me pull it up. As you can see, even at level 50, it'll still give you purple gears. So it'll at least fill you out for a gear that's not yellow. And honestly, you probably do no damage, but who cares? Just make someone carry you. They might bitch and moan, but whatever. You're desperate at this point to catch up. Okay, what's next? Okay, so priority 2. So let's say you hit level 50. Once you hit 50, start using your vitality to try to get those yellow equipment piece by piece. You'll hit purple. I already mentioned that. So let's say you hit level 50, you use your vitality for the day to farm as much yellow gear as you can, if you even got any. I know my drop rate sucks. I've been really unlucky with them. What you should be doing next is you should be exploring the map. That's your next priority. As you can see, I just got 5 summons right there for exploring Astra, which is this first island. Of course, there will be time lock on chest prop, more than likely. But there's a lot of a map you need to explore, and the reason you want to explore is so you can get summons to try to summon for SSRs. And you want to try to summon for SSRs to set you up for priority number 3. But we'll get to that.
No.
Shut the fuck up, I'm recording. Blah 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 blah. Matrices, I wouldn't worry about them. You will get them from joint operation. Chances are, whether they're good or not, that's up to your RNG. No one can really control that. Of course, you could pay money, but if you're watching this video, you're probably a casual, so don't worry about it. Again, all the glory land is level 50, so you want to try to do everything you can to get there in whatever time you have to play the game. Priority 3, start doing bygone. Okay. So this is for casuals. If you have more time to play, of course, you want to get as high as you can. But if you're a casual, realistically, Look at Bygone. Look where everyone is. Look at the ranking rewards. And really just decide what is worth it for you to climb to. What floor do you need to get? And keep in mind, it does give out rewards every Monday at 5 a.m. Eastern. So just try to set realistic goals. There's no reason for you to try really hard. The whales will be, the sweaty people will be, but don't worry about it realistically. The main priority there is to at least start getting rewards. So that way you can like be getting rewards every week and getting a little bit stronger. And then once you hit this and you start farming Bygone and your yellow equipment from joint operation with Vitality, honestly you're pretty caught up. The rest of the content in this game is just to like help you speed up that process. But joint operation for yellow equipment and Bygone, once you're farming those, you're good. You're in in-game. Everything else you can just farm at your own pace. Did I miss anything? Nope. So, if you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. More free-to-play episodes are going to come out very slowly because I realized got a lot of shit to do. And if you want to ask any questions in real time, don't be afraid to check out my twitch.tv at twitch.tv/kedos. I just said that twice. Well, have a good day, and I hope you enjoy the video.